Today is April 25th, 2020. My name is Charles Suter, and in the next few minutes I'm going to be presenting a subject I call the game of life. It's just an interesting point of view. The game of life is, from this point of view, picking life-worthy games to play. The game of life consists of playing many games that you get a chance to play. And wouldn't it be nice to win all the games you play? But if played right, anyone can win the games of life. My main proposition, number one, each sphere of your life is a game you choose to play. What do I mean by spheres of life? Well, work, family, social, sports, health, spiritual, wealth, entertainment, cooking, anything that you name can be a game you choose to play. Anything that you're interested in becomes a game worthy of playing. You can play unlimited number of games. There's no limit. You can make unlimited numbers of moves. You can play with other people, and there can be an unlimited number of winners. Isn't this a game worth playing? Each move that you make in each game is called an input, and it'll have an associated output, and for every input you make and for every output you get a point for each. Proposition number two. If your life games are without pleasure, then you either need to change them or change your moves. Choose and commit to those life games that give you the most pleasure. Now, every game that you play can give you pleasure. You just have to choose the right inputs. So if a game is not giving you pleasure, change the rules. Another word for the rules are the inputs that you choose to give, or quit playing that game. Since you choose the rules, or the inputs that you choose to give, you can't lose any game you play since you earn points from providing inputs. Games are played with those inputs that you choose to provide to the game. Games are played with intentional, personally pleasurable inputs. So if a game that you're playing has no place for the inputs that you want to provide that give you pleasure, then you do not want to play that game. However, if you can change the rules of that game by changing your inputs that provide you pleasure, and you can still provide some outputs that allows you to continue playing that game, then that's a game worth playing. Now, extra points are scored with outputs, but only if they come. So suppose you're playing the work game, you provide 10 units of inputs during the day, you finish a report, you call a customer, you clean your desk, whatever it is that you do for inputs, you will get outputs. Some of those outputs are more significant than others. For every good output that brings you pleasure, that's a point. So you earn points for inputs and outputs. You can't lose a game like that. However, you do lose points if you get attached to the outputs, and because of the outputs you become emotionally distressed, you begin complaining, you lose points. So play with intention of creating inputs with no expectations of outputs. Outputs are a bonus. Inputs you control. Inputs you can choose what you want to give that gives you pleasure. So keep playing games of life that satisfy and change those that don't. Remember, you get to pick the life games you play, so focus on the inputs and the outcomes will take care of themselves. That's all for now. Remember to stay positive. You'll be happier, healthier, and live longer.